Hello and welcome back to the Spotlight Games podcast for episode 189. Today, I guess we're talking about games. We're going to talk about what to expect in 2026, and who knows, we might dip our toes back into the pre-show conversation for our lovely Twitch chat of fast food restaurants. All sorts of debauchery that has nothing to do with games. We got Blaster Goblin dropping in. Heard Curd and I appeared. Big Curd guy over here.
I love that.
Blaster
I
Goblin,
love that we got a big curd guy.
welcome in. Jake Twitcher says, "Hi, VOD watchers, come shit piss. Mod me. I have something I need to approve. I approved it for you, but I will mod you if I can figure out how to do it while I also host the show. I'm your host, Patrick, and of course, sitting across from me is my sweet dumpster boy, Cayman. Cayman, how we doing?
I'm doing good, Patrick. Did we even say that this is the Spotlight Games podcast? Is that something we've said yet?
I think maybe.
We've spent way too much time talking about fast food. Where are we gonna cut that in? Is a great question.
But maybe the end of the show, probably.
Okay, so if you weren't lucky enough to join us at the beginning of the show and are listening in post, at the end of the show, we will list out some heinous thoughts about fast food. I think that sums it up.
Yeah, I think so. I think so easily.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can just go ahead and jump right in, though. I mean, we do have a lot of video game stuff to talk about because this is the Spotlight Games podcast where each week we spotlight the latest and the greatest in the world of video games. You can get it by subscribing to our YouTube channel at Spotlight Games Pod, or you can get it by searching for Spotlight Games in your favorite podcast app. And hey, you can be on the show by tuning in as we record live Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time right here on twitch.tv/Spotlight Games Pod, just like Jake, Twitchin', Blaster, Goblin, Gianni, High Score Weekly, who is in lurk mode, Coal Mines. I think Cirrus was here earlier, Dan Good Show. We got a whole bunch of friends in the chat. Be like them. Follow us on Twitch so you're notified when we go live so you can be part of the conversation. Some really quick housekeeping, and then I want to hear your gaming story, Cayman. Yeah. Tomorrow night, it's a new year, and thus Spotlight Game streams return. And I do have confirmation that my stream partner, Rose, also my wife, will be sitting next to me for Resident Evil 2. I'm going to every Wednesday until Resident Evil Requiem, and I'm probably going to sprinkle in a couple other nights too, because I don't think I can get through Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 6 before the end of February if I'm only streaming on Wednesdays.
Are you just playing the chapters involving Leon, which I'm pretty sure you can do?
Yeah, I'm just going to do the Leon campaign. Now, if I have a good enough time and I have the calendar space, I'm going to play more because I haven't touched Resident Evil 6 since launch. And I remember I paid like
a lot of money,
$120 for Resident Evil 6. I did and this is in college. I probably bought it with a student loan, which I just paid off today. But
hell yeah, bud.
Yeah, I just, you know what? I did the calculating of how much interest I'd paid since 2010, and I was like, how much do I have in savings? Throw it all at the loan because I'm just hemorrhaging money in interest over 15 years or whatever.
So fucking insane.
Oh no, for sure. And so I bought this like special edition ahead of time or whatever, and I remember at the time hating it, like being very disappointed in Resident Evil 6. But I also have better taste now, and I'm a more mature gamer. So I think that I'm gonna love Resident Evil 6 now that I understand good taste.
I think you might actually enjoy it more than you would expect.
I hope so.
My thing was just like it was like fun to hate Resident Evil 6.
Sure.
You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, I love to jump on a bandwagon of hate. I know Jake Twitching does too. He's in the chat right now.
He is
searching for Sheva Nude, but in the wrong window. And then last piece of housekeeping, and then let's get to the show. We announced it the other day. Oh, am I getting a nosebleed? No, I'm not. We announced it on last week's drop-in dropout. End of the month, we were doing an in-person 2-day stream extravaganza. We're going to stream a bunch on Friday and a bunch on Saturday, starting January 30th. And then, that next day we're going to do a 12-hour stream. We're cooking a bunch of fun stuff, so we hope that you block off your calendars and spend the weekend with us because we're going to have a lot of fun. Cayman, we typically start our episodes here at Spotlight Games with what we've been playing, but I kind of want to goof off a little bit more. And you told me you had a fun gaming story.
I do. Okay, so as anyone knows, especially if you'll see the random times I still pop up in Discord, you guys, Discord's just too Discord's an anxiety attack for me because there's too many people having fun.
Sure.
And it's like it's a club in here and I need like 3 friends in a basement kind
Sure.
of vibe, right?
Yeah.
But when I do pop in, I'm always asking for someone to trade with me on Pokemon the card
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
because you guys are the ones that have that fucking Mega Blastoise that I still need to complete.
Didn't I send it to you?
The No, wait, did you send it to me today? I haven't checked.
I sent you an EX of something for the
You
new
sent
thing.
me a
Maybe it wasn't a
Charizard, which I
Blastoise.
also needed.
Maybe it was the Charizard I sent you.
Potentially, yeah. So the point of that, of all this being said, is that I got a random friend named
Okay.
Trev Dog,
Okay.
and Trev Dog has been hooking a brother up.
Yeah.
He's helped me out tremendously, and I was like, Trev Dog, I was like, oh my god. Speaking of Trev Dog, right now, Trev Dog, you can
Bro.
see that's a little blurry.
Yeah.
Trev
Did he
Dog
just send you the
sent
Blastoise?
me. No, he didn't. I would have been shocked if it was. No, he sent me another card I need to clear out one of the other random
Fuck,
decks
I
that
need
I'm
to get
still.
friends with Trev Dog. God
Yeah,
damn.
Trev Dog's the fucking best. Okay, so here's the thing, Trev Dog over here. I'm like, I only know one dude in my life named Trevor,
Yeah.
and it's got to be him. There's no way some random dude named Trev Dog just likes me so much that they're just constantly sending me the cards I need.
You'd
Like,
think
there's
so.
no way. So Trev Dog, I was telling my wife, I was like, you won't believe this. I was like, it has to be Trevor, our friend Trevor, one of our good friends, Liz. It's her fiance.
Hasn't Trevor been on Spotlight Games before?
I think so, in some capacity. I think we had a voice memo for Grand Theft Auto for something.
Yeah, something like that. That's right.
And so I text Liz, and Sydney's like, "What if it's not Trevor? What if it's just some random dude named Trevor who just became friends with you?" I was like, "No fucking way, no way." I was like, "It's our friend Trevor being a good guy." So I text Liz. I took a screenshot, said of his profile. I said, "Is this Trevor?" And she goes, "No, he doesn't play that game."
Fuck.
And I melted down.
Yeah.
Absolutely melted. Sid has been bullying the fuck out of me over this.
Yeah.
But she's been like, "Hey, do you remember that time a random guy named Trevor, you thought he was a friend in real life, and he's just like doing weird things on the internet for you?" And I was like, "Okay, hold on a second."
That's so funny. But here's the thing. Trevor, one of the biggest hearts that's ever existed. So it would totally make sense.
Yeah.
For him to be the
And
one
he's a
sending you
total
all these
Trev
cards you need.
dog.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You know?
Isn't
Yeah, has
I
to
feel
be.
like Trev Dog has been one of, or maybe it's like Trev Man. Trev something has been a username of his before.
Well, we were talking tonight. You know, they played. They do their games.
Yeah.
Phasmophobia every night.
They're
on
fucking,
Tuesday while we
they're fucking
record.
games.
And she's talking to Liz, and Liz is like, "It's funny though because he's actually just started getting called at work Trev Dog,
That's funny.
and that's his nickname at work now." And like that's before. I was like, so it all lines up.
It lines up.
So somewhere out there, Trev Dog, if you're listening to this show or watching us live on twitch.tv.com/Spotlight Games Pod.
Nailed it.
I should know that by this point in time. If you're out there, just know that I really appreciate you.
Sure.
And give me your address. I'll send you a 6-pack of beer.
If
you're of age to drink.
I'm gonna need you to send me Trev Dog's friend ID so I can add him to. So here's my thing.
Yeah.
You know that
got you.
that deck that was like a limited time deck for like a month. I think it was like the month of October, November.
Yeah.
I'm like 15 cards from finishing that deck, and every now and then I'll get people to send me one via a share because I can't get it anymore. And what I've started doing, and it's worked a little bit. Sir Dr. JM from Grow Up Level Up, it worked on him, and it worked on a random where I sent them a card they were missing from that deck, because when you go to the share function, you can choose a certain deck to send it from. And I was like, ooh, he's missing the shiny Haunter or whatever. So I sent it him, and then I got one back. It's like, all right, I'm one closer to finishing the EX deck. And so I need to add fucking Trev Dog and see if he can.
I'm trying to find how do
build
I
out the rest of my EX deck.
Trev Dog could look. If there's anyone out there who could do it, it'd be Trev Dog.
I believe it.
I'm actually gonna find this fucking guy.
And this is my call to you, my sweet audience, my personal friends and my friends that don't know me. If you're on Pokemon and you got extra EX cards and we're friends on Pokemon, help me complete it, because at this point I've completed every deck so far. That's the only one I haven't completed.
You know what?
And
Here's the thing. Let's go do this. Let's make this dude's life.
yeah.
Let's do something as an audience. Let's go do something really weird. I'm gonna drop Trev Dog's friend code.
Oh, hell
Let's
yeah.
all go friend Trev Dog right now, and then when he follows you back, let's just all start sending him cards he doesn't have.
Fucking love it.
We could, as a community, we can come together and do this, and he's not gonna know.
And
Like,
because
this
there's no
guy's
way to
not
talk to this guy in the
right. He's gonna be
Pokemon
like,
app.
what is happening right now? And I think that that's the funniest fucking thing that we can do. So go send Tread Dog cards.
That's so funny. And you know what in a perfect world, if God is real, Cayman, like 3 years from now, we're gonna be doing like a 12-hour stream, and this story is gonna come up, and Trev Dog is
Right.
gonna be in the chat, and he's gonna be like, "That was you guys," and we're gonna lose our mind. It's gonna be a clip. It's gonna be 3 million on TikTok, and it's gonna be a cool story. I guess there isn't really.
Look, if you're right now listening or watching, go to Discord in the gaming
Oh, it's in the
channel
Discord.
in
Okay,
Discord.
Discord.
Go to Discord, go to the gaming channel in Discord. There's a screenshot. Go in and take the picture and then highlight the code. Put it in your thing. Go friend request Trev Dog. When he says yes, send him cards.
Let's go.
Just fucking send him some cards.
Let's go, dude.
This man, we're gonna get him so loaded. We're gonna repay. And you know what's gonna happen is we're gonna go do this. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna tell my wife. I'm gonna rub it in her face.
Yeah, you are.
This is all out of spite. It's because she made fun of me.
I love
And
it.
so getting my vengeance back.
That's so funny. Well, Cayman,
Yes.
I think it's time to talk a little bit about what we've been playing, I guess.
I guess.
So I have two things to report on. One, I'm only going to touch briefly because I'm going to talk more about it on Thursday's episode of Drop In Drop Out, which you, me, and Cog are doing, in which we rank the 10 best winter levels, winter games, winter courses, winter themes, all anything winter based in video games. I 100%ed Winter Burrow to start the new year.
Tell me more about this, because you seem to be hot on it.
So hot on it. I think there is a world in which if I had played this a couple weeks earlier, it could have cracked my top 10, and it wouldn't have been top 5 by any means, but it might have been like a couple above the 10 spot. Now, it wouldn't have made our top 10 because there weren't any, no one else had it on their list. But this game, man, I don't know if it was just like a right time, right place, if it was, I don't know, but I remember seeing it in I think it was a Nintendo Direct that we first saw. You play as this little mouse in this like winter wood, and you have a burrow, hence the name. And it's like a light survival game. You're like getting twigs and leaves and logs and rocks and all sorts of like granite and all these things to build things out and do missions like for your aunt and her burrow and your like friends that you meet in the wood, like a hedgehog and a fucking squirrel. And it's just like such a nice, it's like peak cozy, like both in name and feeling and function. It is like, it just feels really good to play. And there's like some qualms with it. Like there's some things that feel a little goofy with some of the ways that like it feels at times, but I just had such a good time. And I got the platinum on Xbox. I got all the achievements on Xbox because it was on Game Pass, but really fucking loved this game. So I played a lot of that. And since then I jumped into Trails in the Sky, first chapter.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tell me more.
And I'm still in the prologue because, you know, JRPGs famously have long as fuck prologues.
Sure.
And maybe like 5 hours in, I just got to a point. I'm not really 5 hours in, even though I'm technically 5 hours in. But I got to a point where I can like actually do my own thing now in the prologue. So I can do like some side missions and some main missions. And now I think it's going to start clicking for me because so far it kind of hasn't. It hasn't been, I'm not having a bad time, but it just hasn't grabbed me yet. But it's like I've heard so much about the story being really good and the combat being really good, and I've just not had a ton of the combat yet. I've had some, but I do like that it does the thing that some JRPGs do, where you can either do like an active combat or a turn-based combat. Like and there's like a cool thing where you can end combat if you're starting active, you get like you stun them, you can trigger going into turn-based combat for an advantage. So like there's a fun like dynamic nature to the
That's
combat of the
cool.
game that I think is has a lot of potential to it. But so far it's been like drinking from a fucking fire hose of like every 10 seconds you turn around and they explain this whole other massive system of like all of these different implications and ways that you can use it and buttons to press. And I'm like, dog, I wish you would tell me this in 15 hours because I'm still trying to wrap my head around this other thing you just taught me.
Right.
But I think once it all clicks for me, that it is going to be a lot more fun. And I hope that it sticks with me. It was on sale on the Switch. I got it the Switch 2 version. It was like 25% off. So but yeah, so
I
far I'm
think it's
having
on
a good time.
sale right now. I think it's on sale right now on PSN because I've I'm in that spot right now where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I want to play right now. And I'm thinking I want to play a turn-based RPG.
You might like it. However,
So
Jake Twitchin in the chat says, "Nice. Have you put the characters in bathing suits yet?" And then in parentheses, "Do not Google their age." I fucking hate it here.
you know, here's the thing. What I'll say is that I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my wife and I'm like, I don't know what I want to play right now. Like I'm really struggling and blah blah blah. And she's like, "Ah, you probably just, go find one of those anime ass bullshit games." I'm like, "That's fair. I do love my anime ass
You
bullshit
really do.
games." And this is an anime ass bullshit game. So like I think I would enjoy it. I'm excited to hear more for you on it. I I actually just finished a game that did an inverse of what the series was doing.
Oh,
And that is I just guess what? Platinumed Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
yeah, you did.
Um I am historically a huge Like a Dragon guy. Fucking love Like a Dragon. And if you know anything about Like a Dragon, the last two games, Like a Dragon and the Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the eighth game in the series, are turn-based RPGs. And so right now they did the spin-off where you get to play side character Goro Majima, where he becomes a pirate, and it goes back to the original roots of being like an action game. Um, and the thing is Yakuza is great as an action game too. It's
Sure.
perfect both ways, and I think that's what's really fun about the series is that you can have both. And the truth is, the more I played of Pirate Yakuza, the more I was like, this is one of the greatest examples of like what a video game could and should be.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that it is the encapsulation of you'll have a moment where something incredibly serious happens. So, like, for instance, there's a big reveal where a character comes out and realizes that the character turned their back on the person, and there was a big betrayal, and it led to someone getting killed, which led to the person who is the captain of the ship becoming an alcoholic and an isolationist and kind of like an abuser. And it's a really heartfelt moment. And then it immediately turns around, and then like not even 10 minutes later, you're fighting a giant squid. And
Oh,
like is this
okay.
juxtaposition between like how serious and melancholic Yakuza is as a series compared next to how just absolutely fucking absurd it is as a series too. But it works really well because it's a video game and it understands that and it plays to that strength. So like I think it's one of those great things where you can be like, not only can video games be art, look at this really this really emotional scene, but video games can also be like ludicrously fucking fun
Sure.
and stupid. And you can have both of those, and they really do well in the series to blend it. All of that to say, it did make it on my top 10. I definitely think that this probably, if I platinumed it before the end of year, before we submitted our results, I think this could have potentially gotten closer to the top 5. Um,
Really?
it's just like it was 35 hours to platinum the game. There's a lot of asset flips from Infinite Wealth, which it was totally fine with because it felt really comfortable. You have all of the fun there. They've added new side quests in and new areas in. So you are going and doing new things that are different. The ship combat's really fun. The RPG elements and the treasure hunting aspects are fun too. It's a very different game. And it does feel smaller in comparison to Infinite Wealth, which to put into perspective took me 100 hours to platinum. So like it is a smaller game, but I think that's actually perfect for right now. Because, like, let's be honest, January is a little slow. We're not really
Sure.
going to pick up until the 1st of February with Dragon Quest 7 reimagined. So it's not, or Dragon Quest 8 reimagined. So we're not really going to get started popping off until really, if you're really pushing it, like, let's be honest, Resident Evil at the end of February. So mid
Yeah.
February to end of February is really when this video game, like this year, is going to start kicking up. If you haven't played it yet, it's on sale right now. I think you can get it for like 25 or $30. Just get a copy.
I'm gonna pick it up.
Uh, like I said, if you want to get the platinum, it takes about 30 to 35 hours. If you just want to do story, and you can, it'll probably take about 15, maybe 20. But it's just a fun fucking game. The platinum itself, totally worth getting. It doesn't ask as much of you. Like, it doesn't ask of like complete everything at 100%. Just like get to 75 or 80% of things. That's good enough. So you're not like burning yourself out having to do like the fucking bullshit Ubisoft go collect a billion things
Mm-hmm.
thing. It very much understands how to respect your time while also giving you fun things to do within it. And it's just a fun game. Fucking coal mines getting banned. I don't even know what he did, but I'm assuming
It's just
he
I shouldn't have
deserved it.
given Jake the power. I mean, he doesn't even mod me on his own channel, even though I gave him like $500 every now and then as Kobe Bryant. It's fucking bullshit.
Fucking bull. So look, I love it. If you like Yakuza, you should play like a pirate. If you just want to know what the old Yakuza games are like without having to like invest in the old games, just go play like a pirate. Honestly, go play like a pirate or Yakuza, whatever the fuck it is. Just go play it. I think it's a good entry point too.
Yeah.
Because you really don't need, because Goro loses his memory. So the whole game, he doesn't know anything. So anything that gets introduced to you is introduced to you
That's
like you
funny.
don't know. So it
Man, they're
works
the
really well,
best.
man.
Like for
So
them to just be
fucking
like,
good.
let's just make a Black Flag as a Yakuza game because we
Right.
can. It's like they're so cool. I love them so much. Even though
So
I've really
fucking
not
cool.
played a ton of the Yakuza games, it's very cool.
I love it. Dude, in February, we get a Yakuza 3 Kiwami as well as like a small spin-off, like expansion for it that like does like a whole backstory of one of the villains. Like we're getting like they're feeding us our Yakuza. Like I
Yeah.
love that they're doing because like Kiryu's story is fucking great. I do want to briefly say though, I did try out Patrick. You don't know this, but I tried out
Oh.
a Skate story.
Ah.
I don't like it.
Damn.
I don't like it at all, actually. It is not a game for me. It feels like if Suda51 was like, I'm gonna make a skating game, but also just remove all of the charm of Suda51. And then that's Skate Story. I'm like, I don't
Damn.
honestly, there's probably a group of people who fucking love this game, and I don't want to be like, don't play it. It's on PlayStation Plus right now. If you have PlayStation Plus, try it. I made it a couple hours in and was like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Sure.
Just not a game for me.
Yeah,
But
I had looked
going
at
out
it
there,
because I want to say it was maybe Noah in the Discord. Someone in the Discord was like, "This game fucking rules," but it just like I watched the trailer and I was like, I just don't think that this is what I want to do with my time. But it
and look,
looks
and I
cool.
think
It looks like
it
if I did
looks
some
cool.
mushrooms and
So
played it, I'd have a great fucking
yeah,
time.
the soundtrack is absolutely incredible, but like the actual gameplay just did not resonate with me in the slightest. But I definitely recognize art when I see it, you know?
Sure.
So like do understand that it's not a bad game. It's just not a game for me.
Yeah.
But it also could just be too that I literally tried to play it right on the heels of Pirate Yakuza, which is
Sure.
a very different game. So
That's
yeah,
fair.
I'll come back hopefully next week and have some better news on something I'm playing because right now I ain't got shit.
Well, because you surprised me with a little game that didn't work for you, I have one that I'll share, and then we can jump into news or not news story
Hell
number
yeah.
one, topic number one. I last year bought Final Fantasy Tactics because it's just the Ivalice
Hell yeah.
Chronicles because it's a game that I've never played, and I hear everyone say that it's like fucking the best Final Fantasy and the best tactics or whatever, and I need to give it more of a shot, but man, there has never been a more boring fucking first hour of a video game than Final Fantasy Tactics. It is so, I'm like, it's fucking molasses learning that battle system. And like, so far, the story is just not interesting at all. It must become great. There's no way that it doesn't with how much people have gone to bat for that game for decades. But I was
Right.
like, man, this is just not, I
Well,
couldn't care less right now.
I mean, let's be honest though. Like, I was Sid was telling me, she was like, "Why don't you go back and play?" Because I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'll play Persona 5 Tactica." So I
Mm-hmm.
haven't played that yet, and I was like, maybe I will. But then I was like, you know what? I never actually beat Royal, and I've always been wanting to go back and beat Royal proper. I beat Persona 5 Standard,
Right.
but then I'm like, I don't know if I want to put in 10 hours into that opening again. I've
Sure.
put 10 hours into Persona 5 Royal like 4 times now.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
tough.
like, that's I think the one downside of being a fan of RPGs is that you have to suffer through the slog. And that is so hard sometimes to do when
Yeah.
you're just like, I just want to get to the best parts of this game. So I hear you there. Are you gonna stick
I've
with it or are you
I'm gonna go back to it at some point. I don't want to right now. It just it's
right?
too I'm too flighty as a gamer right now. Like I need
Right.
something to grab me, which is what Winterboro did. But Winterboro is a very short game. I finished it in like 3
Sure.
sittings, because those
Ooh.
sittings were all like 3 or 4 hours each. Because it was like it was mostly over. Actually, it was entirely over the break. So it was like I think I started the day after New Year's, and then like the Saturday and Sunday of last weekend, I just
Mm.
like vegged in bed and
Have
just played a
you
fuck ton of the game.
have you tried Sex Standing yet?
I have tried sex standing a few times in my life, to varying success, but I've not tried the video game yet, which is
No,
on my
okay.
list.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
that'll hook you. Maybe
yeah,
that'll hook you.
maybe.
I in jokes aside, have you played mouthwashing?
No, but I own it
Okay,
now.
you
I
have to fucking
I should
play.
do that.
I think that game is it's not another one that's not very long,
Yeah,
but I definitely think that it's weird enough and interesting enough that I think that I sometimes I think we need those experiences to like knock us loose from
yeah,
like
for
our
sure.
rut we're in. And I think that's the type of game that would definitely help revitalize you and get you back on track.
Who up rutting they shit right now? I know Rutger Hauer is,
Up
or
rut in their
excuse me,
shit.
Nutger. Um, Cayman.
Nah.
I went through the news of all
Yeah.
the news we missed because the last time we recorded Spotlight was before Christmas, so there's been a good
Like
bit of
years
news.
ago.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was the kind of thing, it's like, it's a fucking tragic Vince Zampella dying. But it's like that. It was like 3.5 weeks ago. It doesn't really make sense to talk about on the show, but RIP to a legend.
Mm.
And then I was looking through other news stories, and it's like, I just don't, none of this is really jumping out to me as like discussion y. So, but there are a few interesting things that we're going to stick to the end of the show for News Spotlight. But I came across a trio of articles on one IGN. Have you ever heard of IGN? Little up and coming
I've
website.
once used them for a guide one time,
Yeah,
and then I realized their website sucks, so I
sure,
stopped.
sure, sure, sure.
Right.
Well, they had one for each of the big three: Xbox, Nintendo,
Mhm.
and Sony. Essentially, what to expect in 2026, and essentially like the way the articles go. And so I'm going to be pulling from those articles a lot. So shout out to them. I think Ryan McCaffrey did the Xbox one. I think Simon Carty did the PlayStation one, and I want to say Logan Plant did the Nintendo one. I think. But they're basically like, these are the things that are confirmed. These are the things that we might expect next year. And then, like, what about these other mystery things or rumored things or whatever? And so I want to kind of go through those one at a time. And then I think there's some interesting discussions that can be had with at least a couple of them. So I want to start with Xbox first. So far,
Mhm.
Xbox is positioning 2026 Cayman as a banner year. Their big four are supposedly coming. We have Halo Campaign Evolved. We have Gears of War E-Day, Emergence Day, like a prequel to Gears of War. We have Forza in Tokyo. I don't know if it has an official title, if it's like Forza Horizon fucking 12 or whatever it is.
The
And then we
Forza
have
Horizon Tokyo Drift, I
exactly,
heard.
that's exactly right. Um, and then Fable is the other kind of
Mm.
pillar
Also,
game.
Fable Tokyo Drift.
That's God, Fable in Tokyo. Are you fucking
Fable
kidding
3
me?
Tokyo Drift. Wait, is this Fable is this the third or fourth Fable?
Fourth. This will be the fourth Fable. Technically,
So
it'll be
2
the
fourth,
fifth if you're including the
2
Connect game.
Fable. What is the Oh shit. So what would that just be? What was Fast and the Furious for?
Just Fast and Furious.
So just shit. This is just called Fable.
So this was just called Fable, unfortunately. Yeah, and then next will be Fable 5. And then well, because Fable doesn't have the Fable is what Jake says. Because there aren't
Yeah,
two
that's a
words.
good
I
one.
think we'd have to split up Fey and Bull. Because then The
Right.
next one would have to be Bull 6.
Peter Molyneux's out there somewhere just
Yeah.
rolling in his grave. I'm assuming
Yeah.
Peter Molyneux's been dead for years.
He's been dead for decades. He didn't even make Fable.
He did wait, Peter Molyneux didn't
No, he did. He did.
I was
I
about
was
to say, "You
claiming he's been dead
fucking
for
know."
so long he didn't even make Fable, but he did.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
Um, Fable, Hobbs and Shaw actually works. LMAO. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, that works. I like that.
So here's what Ryan kind of pontificates in the Xbox
Mm.
article is that Halo Combat Evolved makes sense to be a 25th anniversary in November for Halo. Gears of War E-Day almost certainly also a fall title. We don't have any sort of like idea yet, but I would guess that we probably get a date at the underscore event, either in January or February, whenever that's going to happen. I forget what month. Jake, maybe you'll remember what month they do those for Xbox. Fable, I think same as Gears. I think we probably get a date for Fable at that direct that they'll do. And then Forza, like it could be that. That could also just be like if they do their
Sure.
own thing. Who knows? But I think it's safe to assume that probably Halo, Gears, and Fable, or at least Halo and Fable, would be holiday-ish. And then Gears maybe earlier. And Forza, I kind of really have no idea. But then there's also GTA 6, which is going to kind of be a through line of today's conversation, which at the moment is slated for November 2026. And Xbox, Jake, if you wouldn't mind in the chat, Xbox is the kind of studio that, or publisher, or whatever, that GTA 6, I mean, it's going to be huge for everybody, for PlayStation, PC, etc. Although I think maybe it's not launching on PC. It doesn't matter. I could see Xbox pushing at least one of these titles out of 2026 because of GTA, unless they can get them out before the fall. Do you think all of these titles ship in 2026 though, Cayman?
Absolutely not. Fable's not coming out this
You
year.
think Fable again gets pushed?
Fable's not gonna come out this year. There's no way Fable comes out this year because you're right. I think the problem with Fable is that um, it's one of those scenarios where it's too big of a game to fail, or it can't fail.
Sure. No, that's a good
If
point.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, it's I don't know, just like Microsoft can't have Fable not be a huge fucking hit. And I think that Microsoft has the playroom to be able to be like, we'll push to 2027. Like it can't come out. Like Starfield, I think is a perfect example of like how much footing did Microsoft lose when Starfield came out and people were like, meh.
Sure.
That was like I think Avowed and South of Midnight, and those games I think are a little bit different because you're like, well, we're kind of playing here. There's not a lot attached to. There's nothing really attached to those particular titles. Outer Worlds 2, I would even go so far as to say like no one really had a lot attached to that either. I think Fable is one of those series that is so like prestigious in people's minds, where like if whatever comes out next has to be something revolutionary, something
Yeah.
big. It would be like if Sony were to be like, oh, we got another. I don't know. I'm trying to think what a good like another God of War game's coming out.
Sure.
But it's gonna be kind of a wet fart.
Man,
Like, it won't work for them.
at first when you said that, I was like, that feels crazy to me that we wouldn't get Fable. But I don't see Halo skipping this year because of how
No,
much
Halo
fanfare Halo
won't.
specifically got last year
Right.
from Phil. And same with
Yeah.
Gears. And Gears is a title that they've just been kind of gassing up a lot. So I feel like those two, unless there is a problem and they need the time, I feel like for a marketing reason, they wouldn't push those two. So then it's like,
I think
okay, I guess Fable makes the most sense then.
Fable February 2027.
I could see that.
Because if Fable's gonna drop, it's gonna drop at the same time as GTA 6, and I don't think anyone wants anything dropping a GTA 6. I think Gears is probably gonna drop Halloween at time, maybe September, but it's gonna be right around spooky season. It fits the mantra.
Sure.
Honestly, Forza can drop whenever the fuck it wants to drop. That particular audience will latch onto it regardless. Like
Sure.
that's
That's a good point.
always going to be, locked in. And then Halo is one of those where Halo's the only title you can put up against GTA 6 and be totally fine.
You think so?
Because people getting to replay uh Halo were like this, getting to like there's so much nostalgia that's attached to this that people will be like, Halo takes 8 hours to beat. I can step
And
away from GTA 6 for 8 hours.
and the first time that it'll be on PlayStation, so that's going to be for
Right. It's gonna be
the
big
kitsch
there.
of it
Then the
all. Sure,
multiplayer, I think people are gonna get it just to play multiplayer when they're not playing GTA. Like,
sure.
it works as a game to be able to be dropped there. So I think that that's totally fine, but that doesn't give space for Fable to drop. And they're not going to do like they did with Indiana Jones and drop Fable in December. Just not going
Yeah,
to
no,
happen.
I kind of
So,
wonder, like, assuming GTA 6 actually comes out, which I'm not convinced it still comes out in 2026, excuse me. I feel like it'd be crazy to have anything release after it that is a budget of $50 million or more. Because it's like it's just going to be so, especially if it's going to be a late November title for GTA. 'Cause someone remind me, do we have a date? Is it the 20 something of November, or is there not an actual date and they just said the month of November? But
mm,
regardless, it's like, because December historically is just a bad time, especially for AAA video games anyway. So
yeah,
it just
GTA
would
6
feel
is,
crazy. Yeah.
I don't even want to know what the industry is going to look like when that hits.
Yeah.
Because I remember when GTA 5 launched and the absolute shutdown that took place.
Right.
And I think like I would even go so far as to say like I think that Steam gets overwhelmed with traffic and Steam goes down at some
Yeah.
point. I also
Man.
wouldn't be shocked if some like PlayStation servers go out offline. Something's gonna happen along it. Like this is how big this is
Yeah.
like we're not
It's going to
ready
break every
for
fucking record it can.
it's gonna break every fucking record, and we just need to be prepped for it. But that's
Yeah.
kind of the cool thing. Like that gives us something to be like excited about for the end of the year of being like, we know it's gonna win everything. We know it's actually, you know what? I take that back. I think that it doesn't. I'll make a bold prediction right now. Someone clip this in chat. Someone clip this. Bold prediction. GTA 6 does not win as many awards at the Game of the Year or at the Game Awards that Clear Obscure won this past year.
Oh, sure. I'd take that bet for sure. Like
So
I'd be on your side of that bet.
yeah,
I wonder though if it still
I'd
wins
lock
Game of the
that in.
Year. That's a whole discussion at some point for this year.
Ooh, yeah, that's I can't wait for that one. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's exciting. I'm very
Yeah.
excited about it.
Okay. So we'll see. I mean, man, it's funny because of those, if we think Fable is the one to get pushed, I'm like, man, another for me and my tastes, another bust of a year for Xbox because I just don't care about Campaign Evolved. I don't care about a Gears of War prequel. I'll probably play them both at least to some degree. And then Forza I've never cared about. So it's like Fable is really the only one
Right.
that I'm like, please give me Fable this year. I want to play it
I
so
wouldn't be
badly.
shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see from the developer direct some surprise announcement.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be some surprise announcement of some smaller title that I think people get. Like what was the game that came out that Obsidian made a few years ago that was kind of like out of left field? It was the weird indie title or felt like an indie game. You
Oh,
know what I'm talking about?
are you talking about the Tango one, the rhythm game with
No, 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 not Hi-Fi Rush. Though I do think that there's a chance for a Hi-Fi Rush style game. Not the developers, obviously, they don't exist anymore.
yeah.
No, what was the game? It was like not the Sacrament, but it was like medieval. But it was like on like the art style was like 2D, and it was like on a piece of paper, like parchment paper. Like
And it was an
when
Xbox
it
Direct?
yeah, no, it wasn't actually. It was a game that came out from Obsidian.
Oh, Pentiment. You're talking about Pentiment, yes.
Pentiment, Pentiment. I think we'll get a game
Thank you,
like
Johnny.
that drops this year that are just like a little bit out of left field that we're like, oh, okay. But I do think that at the developer direct, I think that Xbox is going to have an announcement. Okay. I think Xbox is going to have an announcement that is going to get us all like, oh, fuck.
Okay. I hope so. Fuck. Fusion
I'll
Frenzy.
tell you right
Bring
now.
it back.
I think that we get two things. We either get a new game announcement that's not coming out this year, and I have a theory. And I think we get a release date for Blade. And I think Blade could potentially come out this year too.
Ooh, okay.
Um, also
Johnny
needs
says
to be a
Blinks the Time
Halloween
Sweeper.
game.
That'd go hard.
an Incredible Hulk game.
Ooh,
So the reason that I say this is there's
Hulk
still like
smash.
the engine they used to make Prototype, which was the original what was it? The fuck, what Indestructible Hulk, I think was the
Yep.
name of the game
Uh-huh.
title. It was the same engine they used for Prototype. Well, Activision still owns that engine. And I definitely think it makes sense. The developer doesn't exist anymore, but I definitely see a world in which Xbox gets their hands on an IP that's maybe not as popular. So like Hulk definitely is kind of a side skirt. Avengers, it's not Wolverine. We're gonna get something,
Could
but
be
I
cute. Could be
think an open
fun.
world Unreal Engine 5 Incredible Hulk game that has like fully destructible world could be the developers of Crackdown. Do they still exist?
I think they
Who
all
are those
died.
guys? Does anyone remember who the
No, I don't
developers of
think so.
Crackdown were?
If anybody knows, it'll be
Um,
Jake. Little
it
crackdown
unfortunately
slut.
always is Jake. He's currently dressed as
Um,
Tifa right now, I believe.
it's true. It's just smash cut. Jake in a dark room dressed as Tifa with the wig. Um, so I bet if we get Blade this year, it's an announcement for 2027 that we get a date, like a month for
You think
2027.
2027?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but maybe not. I mean, that'd be pretty dope if Xbox was like, all right, PlayStation, this is a good segue. All right, PlayStation, you got Wolverine this year. Well, we got Blade, motherfucker. But then there's the Marvel of it all, where like the CEOs and of that kind of thing is okay. Well, we don't want to release two Marvel games too close to each other for our pocketbooks. So
Right.
maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. But that brings us to PlayStation. So the only two mainline exclusives for PlayStation that we actively know 100% are coming this year, you know, in theory, are Wolverine and Saros. Um, Saros with a date of April 30th got low key pushed back around the Game Awards. And then Wolverine, no date, but we're expecting. I bet it will probably fall into the Yote slot of October. It gets to be before, gives them like a month before at least GTA 6, and it gives them the rest of this year to polish it up and whatnot.
Right.
So that's probably my guess for Wolverine. And then supposedly, I don't believe so, but supposedly Marathon coming March 2026 for PlayStation Bungie. And then that's it in terms of first party. We also have some question marks from some PlayStation first party studios. Fair Games, maybe a dead uh, multiplayer game just yet to be publicly said is dead. Who's to say? Intergalactic, not getting it this year, probably not even getting an update this year. And then the Horizon MMO, which I don't remember if that's actually first party or if it's just, I don't remember if Guerrilla's making that. Do you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. And then there's a couple of like second or third party exclusives coming to PlayStation. We have Phantom Blade Zero in September, Neo next month, Neo 3, and
Yeah.
then the Marvel Fighting Souls, Tokon, whatever, at some point this year. And then that terrible looking J.J. Abrams game from the Game Awards, the like four
Okay.
player
Terrible.
thing.
I just want to I'm going to can I digress for a second?
Yeah, please.
Um you mentioned JJ Abrams terrible looking PlayStation or game that's coming out. Have you seen that they've been released like demo builds for people to play for Toxic Commandos, the John Carpenter
No,
game?
I haven't.
Oh, oh boy, we have Left for Dead again.
Oh,
We're about to Left for Dead out of this motherfucker. I actually want to say it might be being developed by some of the people who made Left for Dead,
oh wow.
but
Okay,
it's very John Carpenter. It looks very cool. That being said, that's of the sci-fi horror film directors. That's the game I would hedge my bets on most
sure.
is dog shit.
Yeah, it looks
So
so bad. But also, I think some Left 4 Dead developers also on the J.J. Abrams game. But I mean, hey, we had Left 4 Dead developers on Back for Blood, and that game fucking shat the bed. Uh,
true, true,
but
true.
I do hope for the John Carpenter game. Um, but so here's my question. So to quickly go through it one more time, Wolverine, Saros, Marathon, supposedly certainly coming from first party. Fair Games, Intergalactic Horizon, which Jake says he thinks is Gorilla, as like a question mark is at 2026. And then Phantom Blade Zero, Neo 3, and then Marvel Fighting and J.J. Abrams. What else could we get from Sony this year, Cayman, do you think? I mean, there's been these like not long rumors about a 2D God of War spinoff, whether it's like the Sparta again or whatever. Um, There's the question mark of what Bluepoint is doing. There's so many ways that PlayStation could go, and questions that we still have yet to be answered about PlayStation Studios. But do you think we could get a Astrobot type announced in June, out in September, game of the year contender type from PlayStation? Or do you think this is like another rebuild year for PlayStation for
I
2026?
with the length that it takes for games to be developed, like it's hard for me to say that like I believe that we're gonna have secret drops and things like that, or we're gonna have more. I think we may start to see some like announcements being made for games that'll come out next year that are like, or like games that are like they're gonna start announcing new games this
Yeah,
year, where I don't think we got a lot of that last year. I think that we may be at that point for teases, but I don't know, man. I even worry that next year is going to be a famine year. If you canceled that many games, like, but then at the same time, I say that, I think it is also worth noting that like engines were being built, assets were being built. So the question becomes, can you take some of that, you know, data, take some of that stuff that's already been built and transfer that over to something else? Could that speed up other projects if you're taking things that have already been built and move from here to there? Then,
sure.
you know, that I think comes maybe a little bit too heady because it gets more tech side. I don't know. I don't know, man. I think what's gonna save Sony's ass is that if so Wolverine coming out next this year. I think that has to come, and I think, and I stand by this. I think Marvel Fighting Souls Tokon. I think that's gonna be a massive fucking hit.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a Forza style hit where it's gonna be a huge hit, but it'll be a huge hit with a very specific, very loud audience.
yeah.
And so we're gonna see a lot of it popping up places of like, oh shit, but like none of us within our group is gonna enjoy it.
Okay.
Like
Well, I was gonna say
it's
the virgins are gonna be loud, but we got a couple of virgins in our group, so
right. I still have
maybe it's
questions
not
about Jake.
exclusively. Sure, me too. Me too.
Yeah, Sonic pillows don't count.
Fucking got him.
Got him.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, here's the thing. I bet Saros is a noticeable step up from the name that escapes me of its predecessor. Re
Starts with an R.
re
Revolver.
Recore. Nope.
Redux.
Reanimal. Nope. Returnal. Thank you, Cirrus.
I was gonna go with Rhinoceros Rex.
Rhinoceros Rex.
We got
Jake, I
there
will not say
eventually.
it. But I think that Saros, like, there is a world in which the 1-2 punch of Wolverine and Saros is enough to be, because it like goes to the conversation we were having on Dido last year came in of like, is 5.8s as good as two 9.5s? For a lot of people, no. And I feel like that could be the case again this year with PlayStation of like Wolverine fucking hits, Saros fucking hits. And if somehow Bungie surprises us in marathon hits, those three could be enough. But I do feel like we probably need at some point, Jake, shut up. At some point, we need to figure out what else they're working on. We need to know, what is Bluepoint doing? What is Sony Santa Monica doing? I mean, this has to be the year we find out what
Right.
Sony Santa Monica is doing. We can't
Right.
go another year without Corey Barlog showing something. Um, but I think
That's a
that
good
we're gonna have
point.
to wait and find out.
Yeah, and the big question becomes like, what is? I think at this point the question really becomes like, okay, what is Corey Barlog up to? What is Sony Santa Monica doing? We know there's two projects I think currently being worked on. So something there, right?
Yeah.
So there's got to be something like that. I think there's also questions along like, you know, they need to give us a tease. They need to fucking, you know what they need to do, Patrick? They need to
What do they need
fucking
to do,
give us
Kevin?
one of those Elder Scrolls 6 teases. They just throw something out to get people excited and never talk about it again.
I mean, it could. Speaking of Corey Barlog, I got this thing. I think I'm gonna try to enter my crochet era. I got
Oh hell
Instagram
yeah.
added. I got a Balrog to crochet
Okay.
from Lord of the Rings, and it has
You're
the
starting
little.
at intermediate.
Yeah,
You
no,
didn't
that's
want to
probably a
go
huge
beginner.
mistake. That's probably a huge mistake. But no, the beginner options were like fucking a Christmas tree and a fucking ball of snow. It's like, no, I want a cool dragon with a fire
Do
whip.
you think do you think that maybe you should start with a Christmas tree just to understand the basics?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna
I like your
rage.
enthusiasm and confidence.
I'm gonna rage my way through because here's the thing: they say everything is included, including step-by-step videos. So if the Woobles company can't explain to me, a self-proclaimed smart man, how to crochet the Balrog, then I'm suing their asses. All right?
You better fucking sue their
Yeah,
asses.
we got to know a
I
lawyer
love that in
somewhere.
the lawsuit the defense attorney comes in and they're like, "Yeah, you should we have a beginner option for the specific reason." And they just hand you a Christmas tree. They're like, "It's okay. It's okay.
Fuck
Here's a
your
Christmas
beginner
tree
option.
on us."
I rip my shirt off and I piss on the desk of the judge.
I love it.
This might be
I
something.
love it.
Um,
Yeah.
moving on to Nintendo. Now, I'll tell you what. Nintendo has a full fucking year ahead. This is a long list, so buckle up. In terms of confirmed, we have the Animal Crossing New Horizons update in like 10 days. We have Mario Tennis Fever next month on February 12th. We have the Virtual Boy on February 17th. We have Pikachu Pokopia, Pokemon Pokopia, March 5th, which is the like Minecraft you play as Ditto situation, which I'm fucking getting unless the reviews suck shit. That's just the dated stuff for the spring. We don't have a ton of dated stuff for the back half of the year. But then undated, we have the Mario Wonder expansion in spring, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, spring, Tomodachi Life, spring, and then not a game, but Mario Galaxy's movie in spring. Oh no, that is dated, April 2nd. Undated, but with a year of 2026, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, The Duskbloods 2026, Rhythm Heaven Groove, Pokemon Champions, and then this year, dated but a little irrelevant, we're getting all these third-party games on Switch that we don't typically get: Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata, these kinds of things. But then other things to consider. It's the 30th anniversary for Pokemon. There's no fucking way the Pokemon Presents in February isn't unbelievably hard. Probably Gen 10. Maybe there's rumors about the red, blue, yellow coming to NSO. But this has got to be a huge year for Pokemon on the 30th anniversary. You don't fuck up the 30th anniversary.
Right.
But this is a fucking year of anniversaries. Zelda 40th came in.
Dude.
Maybe we get the Ocarina remake. Maybe we finally get Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. Because there's no way that we're getting
Wind Waker.
We got to,
Twilight
right?
Princess.
Because there's
have
no
to.
way that we're getting Tears of the Kingdom 3. There's no way we're getting another side like over the top one because we just got Echoes of Wisdom. But there's got to be they do a Zelda something every year. So there's got to be something big. And then there's Splatoon Raiders, which is a question mark. We have Luigi's Mansion 4 rumors. The studio that did the Strikers game is the same studio that did Luigi's Mansion 3. So probably it's likely that we get a Luigi's Mansion 4 announcement this year. And then there's the question mark of 3D Mario. And then I think it was Logan that wrote this one, also pontificated maybe we get a Smash Ultimate Deluxe a la Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But like, so the last like 4 things were just like pontifications. But that first chunk is like this year for sure. So very, very strong year
Right.
up ahead for Nintendo, year number 2 of the Switch, or, finishing out the first official year of Switch 2. What are you thinking about Zelda specifically, Cayman? Do you think of those options, do you think there's one either I didn't mention, or do you think one of those seems more likely to you for Zelda?
Okay. So I definitely think that they're gonna drop one of the. We're either gonna get Twilight Princess. I don't think they're gonna do. What was the follow up to Twilight Princess? There was another fucking game.
After that was Breath of the Wild.
No, there was a second one. Skyward Sword.
Oh no, you're right. That's my bad. Skyward Sword. Yep.
Well, they actually ported Skyward Sword to the Switch.
Just
right?
yeah. 2 years ago maybe.
Yeah. So it has to be like if there's a time to do it with the fact that Tears of the Kingdom like just came out. I don't think, and we also got the Zelda game like spinoff.
Yep.
There's been a lot of Zelda content I think over the last few years. Makes me feel like I don't like they're either gonna have to make an announcement or they're gonna have to give us something. You can't do not do something for the 40th anniversary.
Right.
Has to be something. So I don't know if it'll necessarily be an Ocarina remake. I think it'll be like we're giving you Twilight Princess. Here's an HD remaster of Twilight Princess, and it just looks marginally better. I
Sure.
could see that happening, and then them announcing like Ocarina, and then like or Wind Waker or something. We either gonna get a port of Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, and then I think they make an announcement for what the next big Zelda game is, or they give us some big tease of you're gonna get a chibi style Ocarina game or some shit like that, you know?
Sure.
Um,
Jake
something that's
says,
gonna,
yeah,
give
no,
us
I
some
hear
shit.
you. I just wonder though. So Jake is kind of on that same page as you. My money's on Grezzo with a fast turnaround remake of Oracle or Link to the Past, similar to Link's Awakening or Echoes of Wisdom. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it was 2024 that we got Echoes of Wisdom. And since then, we got Wind Waker on NSO, and then we got the Hyrule,
Oh,
whatever,
fuck.
um, Destiny Warriors
What?
type game. But what are you thinking?
Okay. 4 seasons.
Oh,
Nintendo Switch 2
the Four Swords
capabilities.
adventure thing.
Or wait, yeah, what did I say? 4 seasons? Yeah, 4
Yeah,
swords. Because there, if I remember correctly, there was some sort of capability that it had where you could link up with your friends.
yeah,
And that, like, would
that's
if they could
interesting.
figure out a way technology-wise to make that work with the Switch, be like, link up with your friends, and then do that game, but on the Switch in the Link's Awakening style, I think you got a game on your hands. I think you got
That
a
is
fucking
very
game on your
interesting.
hands.
With the game chat function, Four Swords
Right,
Adventures feels like a perfect that you
right.
might have just cracked the nut, Cayman. That's good.
Someone
That's
clip this
really
too,
good.
just in case it happens. I wanna look
Right,
smart.
exactly.
You know?
No, that could definitely be it. I mean, I feel like the quote unquote easy answer is the either the Wind Waker or the Twilight Princess because there's been just so many rumors. Unless those rumors had they were just made up, which they could have been, of there being one that Nintendo had just been sitting on, like waiting for the right moment to release it. But yeah, I don't know about the chibi over the top isometric style unless it's Four Swords Adventures. That's different because it's a totally different game.
I think Four Swords Adventure with the chibi top down, pseudo top down isometric look that they went for, I think would work with that
That's
particular
cool.
game with like being able to like online code, online multiplayer, stuff like that would
Yeah.
fucking work and would work well. I have a question. I'm going to sidebar off a question I'm very curious about
Yeah.
outside of Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
What game do you think has better odds of making it into the Game of the Year finalists? Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave or the Duskbloods?
I just have this feeling that the Duskbloods is going to be a colossal failure and it is going to be like just such a mess and run like shit and
Yeah,
just not be good. So I would think between those two, Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave, because Fire Emblem is always like a really high critically acclaimed game. Like that's one of those like for Fantasy Critic this year, like a late
that's like
round
number one draft
flyer
pick.
on like well just because we don't have a date yet of like it could be
Oh yeah,
dangerous
yeah,
to do
yeah.
early
Dang,
or
yeah,
it'd
that's
be a
fair.
big swing but it's the kind of thing where it's like but if it did come out this year you're probably going to get at least 18, 19, 20 points out of it so probably that
For
one.
sure. Yeah, I
Blusk
definitely
duds,
think.
am I right? You're not wrong, Jake.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm not. I'm gonna let someone like Jerica pick Duskbloods because
Yeah, yeah,
I
I'm
fucked
scared
up
of
by
Dusk
choosing
Bloods.
Night Rain. So
Sure.
you know.
Plus with Fortune's Weave, if there's grooming involved there's no way it's less than a 92 on Open Critic because
That's
they
true.
love the grooming in that game, don't they, Jake?
They I would That's what we've heard.
That's what we've heard, Jake.
That's what we've heard.
Speak for
That's what
yourself
we've
in the
heard.
chat.
I just want to go back and say one more time. I
Yeah.
was watching a Okay, so by the way, we haven't even discussed this at all. If you're listening right now or you're watching us live, Once we're done, go to YouTube or go to Twitch. GDQ Games Done Quick. Currently in AGDQ. We are on day 2 of AGD. Well,
Ooh.
technically day 3, I think, of AGDQ of Awesome Games Done Quick. The reason I bring that up, one, because it's awesome, and if you've listened to Spotlight Games enough, you know that I'm a huge proponent for GDQ. I love speedrunning. I love the communities and everything that they do, and it's just so much fun to watch. It's a thing that my wife and I do for a very like we just sit around and watch like when she's already texted me and like, oh, blah 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 is playing right now and you're doing this. So like fuck you guys. Um they did a speed run of Mario Kart World. And once again, I realized what a fucking stinker of a decision to do what they did instead of doing a Smash Mario Kart.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
it's because they were like, yeah, we do the speed run with this character that no one's ever heard of before because it's geometry lets us cut corners,
Is it the
but you would
little
never
like
know
it
it.
looks like a bell or whatever? It's or like a
Yes. How
yeah.
did you? Yes, exactly that. What is it? Don't know.
I don't remember the
I
name
have
of
no
it.
fucking idea.
Yeah, I've heard that that's the fastest racer in the game. I've tried it.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't understand how because I'm pretty good at Mario Kart, but I didn't experience that with this little fucker.
yeah, it's a yeah. So and they were saying something else. Actually, no, it's not the fastest. Baby Daisy is now. They found
Ah,
Baby
okay.
Daisy's the fastest now.
Good,
But
good.
they were like the geometry on this particular thing when you use a certain thing helps you cut certain corners, which is technically ends up being faster in the
Okay.
long run. But I'm like, imagine if you had the roster of Sonic Cross World, an arguably shittier racing game.
Yeah. Hatsune
You had
Miku.
that and you would yeah, fuck you. Oh, just fuck. I just found out what Hatsune Miku is, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still don't understand it,
I
but I
don't know that
found
I
out
could
what it
tell you what Hatsune Miku is. I think that she sings maybe.
is. She sings, I think. I
Yeah.
still don't understand.
Yeah. She
Um,
leads by saying I just found out. Yeah, you still don't understand is very
well,
canon.
they did a thing at GDQ last night where a guy did hot. There's some boxing game on the Switch too now. That's like they have like an expansion or pack that's like Hatsune Miku's Miku sizing or something where
Not the
you can
sizer.
exercise with her because Jake's doing it on stream eventually. I just
I'm sure.
fucking know he's going to.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Um, and so and it was like we were sitting there watching and they were like, "What the fuck does this even mean? Like, what is this?"
That's
Still
funny.
don't know.
Well,
Still don't know. So
ultimately, though, I do think that it's kind of Nintendo's year to lose from my standpoint, just for, at least at the
right,
very least from a volume perspective. And then those two
yeah,
anniversaries lining up, and like the Mario 35th or whatever. Actually, might have also been 40th anniversary that just happened. It wasn't the best, but there have been times in the past that the anniversaries of Nintendo bring heaters. So I could see that this could be. I mean, I could also see it on the Zelda front because we're gonna get a Pokemon Presents next month. I could see them doing like a Zelda direct where we get the trailer for the movie for the first time. They show us whatever other game they're working on. We get like a teaser, a like super short rumple teaser about the next Tears of the Kingdom, just like a logo and
right.
showing Hyrule or whatever. And then if there's some like NSO special a la Mario 35, Tetris 99, F-Zero 99, like if there's something in the Zelda world that they could do, I could see getting that this year for
100%.
Zelda.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think you go a whole year without a big Zelda splash when it's fucking 40 years.
And then I think to your point to Smash Ultimate, there's gonna be some deluxe,
Yeah.
Smash Deluxe that's good. There's I 100% comes this year.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Like, just drop it with every single DLC already part of it, so you don't have to worry about anything. Everything's just baked in.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
In the
Perfect way to
chat,
play it. You'll sell a billion copies.
Jake says Princess Ruto 69. They're going to be doing that on AGDQ on Pornhub.com, I fear. The Princess
Oh,
Ruto
brother.
69 speedrun.
Oh, brother.
Um,
I speed wait.
oh, oh,
I speed run too. That way.
oh,
Some you know?
oh. Let's close out the show with a little news spotlight, Cayman. We got some quick headlines. Apparently, Sony ever heard of them, have patented a new technology that would see PlayStation games play themselves with the help of AI. As described in patent documents, Ghost Player, what they call it, would see players call down an AI generated ghost version of the player character, which could either play out the solution to a particular part of the level or complete it entirely. To which I say, why are we using AI to play games for us? It's fucking crazy.
That's like the whole. That's like the antithesis of playing a video game.
I hate it here.
It's like being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay someone to go watch a movie for me.
Fucking nuts, man.
Like, what? So fucking stupid.
Unbelievable.
Sony, get
Eula
your
says,
shit
I use AI to please my wife. Well, like, at least it's good
sometimes
for something.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
A baby's got to do what a baby's got to do. Tommy Pickles said it best. Jake says it's like watching someone else play a game on the internet. Fucking why? Different. Different. I fear that's different.
That is different, yeah, because we're not actually like this is presumably completing it for us so that we
Yeah.
can like take fun being like, yes, accomplished this feat. However, most of the game was played by a robot.
Yeah. What is so then? It's like a platinum trophy has a little asterisk because the ghost
It
player
has to, right?
beat the hardest boss in the fucking game.
Yeah,
Sierra says, I'm interested
absolutely.
in Death Stranding, but don't want to actually play it. Well, there's a few fucking knuckleheads in this chat that'll have AI play Death Stranding for them because they think it's a boring game. Couldn't be more wrong.
I don't know.
Splitgate, the game that
Splitgate.
loves controversy. Arena
I'm shocked.
Reloaded, the relaunch of the troubleshooter Splitgate 2, appears to have failed to find a significant audience on Steam, averaging around 1,000 concurrent players.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Do you think being a giant piece of shit and a stupid fucking idiot can hurt your sales of a video game?
I fear yes. I fear yes.
Oh, shocks.
It's also the kind of thing where it's like Splitgate 1 was good and it was well received, enough for them to try to iterate and make a second one. But it's also that kind of
Right.
lightning in a bottle thing of like, oh, this cool, this like on paper, this pitch of it's Portal meets Halo only has legs for so long. In a very oversaturated market of FPS competitive shooters. It's like, of course it didn't last. And then yeah, you get yourself in fucking trouble by being a dumbass, then of course it's not
Such a
gonna.
fucking It
Yeah.
was like he walked out on stage, took a gun out, and just shot himself in the foot. For
Correct.
no fucking reason. No
Yeah.
reason at all.
Yeah. And then did you see someone, I forget who it was, because I only glanced at it before we went live. Someone in our Discord, which join the Discord, dropanddropbypod.com, shared they like released a statement that was like, you can't measure a game's success by Steam charts. It's not the only way to define fun. It's like, okay, says the people that only have 1,000 people playing on Steam. This next one really surprised me. CD Projekt Red, there are rumors that they are releasing a brand new expansion for The Witcher 3 in May. There's some Polish insider that's like, yeah, it's coming. It's going to be paid. Like, it's going to be big. And it's going to be an add-on for The Witcher 3, a game that came out 11 years ago. Which, to me, I'm like,
okay.
I kind of want to do, like, I'd jump back in for an expansion.
Here's the thing. I think what's great about this is that they also released like last year, the year before last, they released
Last year.
the big patch that you like basically upresed it like significantly. I played it on the PlayStation 5. I was like, holy fuck, like it looks like a game that would have come out within the last couple of years. Still stunning to look at.
Yeah.
And I look, man, I love this idea that they're just like, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Are we making Witcher 4? We are. Maybe.
But
Here's
also
an
here's Witcher 3.
expansion for Witcher 3 before though. But
Yeah, I
also
mean,
knowing CD Projekt Red, they may be like, we're gonna do this because we can fucking do this. And
Right.
Cyberpunk, the fact that CD Projekt Red still exists after Cyberpunk,
Sure.
like the launch of Cyberpunk
And the redemption tour they had.
I feel like I would put CD Projekt Red's redemption tour. I would put it up there. I don't think it's as good as Sean Murray with Hello Games, like the comeback for that, for No Man's Sky. But like, CD Projekt Red definitely came back and was like, "We're fixing things. We hear you. We royally fucked up." And it seems like, from what I understand, from what I've been reading, it seems like business practices have also changed,
Yeah,
where they're like, "Hey, we're not going to do that anymore. Like, we've
that's how you
learned
do
our
it.
lesson." I'm like, well, I'm glad someone finally did.
Yeah, W Poland. Um, 007, this is a story we almost talked about. 007 First Light delayed by 2 months. Going to be, I didn't put the date, but whatever it was, 2 months later. I want to say maybe May now. But I'm very excited for 007 First Light. I hope it hits. And then last two, a Grand Theft Auto game set in Tokyo, Japan, nearly came to fruition decades ago. According to a former Rockstar North employee, there were, quote, there were desires to take the series outside of the US, but it's like talking about alternate projects at Rockstar when you really start thinking about it. We had ideas about GTA games in Rio, Moscow, and Istanbul. Tokyo almost actually happened. Another studio in Japan was going to do it, take our code and do GTA Tokyo, but then that didn't happen in the end. How fucking crazy would GTA Tokyo be?
Yeah, some might even say GTA Tokyo Drift.
Ba, 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 na, na, na. Could've
Is
been fucking
I mean,
good.
I know it doesn't take place in Tokyo, but like Sleeping Dogs, it's
Oh,
kind
sure.
of just like,
Yeah.
that's in Hong Kong though,
Yeah.
so different.
Yeah, different.
Did you see that Timo Tahanto and
Simu
Liu,
Liu, I think, maybe.
Liu?
We know who we're talking
Either
about.
way, yes, we know what we're talking about. And Timo Tahanto, who's the guy who did The Night Comes for Us, that like crazy like action film. He just does a bunch of like he does like horror action movies. It's weird. He's crazy. His movies are great if you haven't seen any. Go watch The Night Comes for Us. They announced that they've actually basically got the rights to be able to make a Sleeping Dogs movie, and that the two
Whoa,
of them are
cool.
currently like they've got a script already, and that Simu Liu is going to be the one he's going to star as the lead in it. And it's
Steve
like,
sleeping.
hell fucking yeah, Steve sleeping.
Yeah.
Um, man, that game fucking ruled.
I love that game.
Man,
Big fan.
people
Uh,
suck. People
People
suck.
suck. And then final news story, Bloober Team says it's mysterious Nintendo exclusive, which I forgot they were making a Nintendo exclusive.
Didn't even
Quote,
know.
will please fans of Resident Evil, Silent Hill, and Eternal Darkness. Project M
That's
will
a
feature
callback.
gameplay that could only exist on Nintendo hardware. I tell you what, if we're getting an Eternal Darkness spiritual successor in 2026 from Bloober Team,
Let
oh,
me tell you,
brother.
it's rumor on the street. Someone clip this. Cognitive clips out there. Hope you're ready. Hope you're sitting. Rumor on the street is that this is the sequel to the most beloved Nintendo video game of all time. This is Metroid colon Project M, the sequel to the beloved classic Metroid Other M.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in this one, the system will turn itself off a couple times and change your volume on your TV like Eternal Darkness.
Right.
Um, Very good. No, I'm Bloober Team. They didn't knock it out of the park with Chronos: The New Dawn, but I enjoyed it enough, and so I'm like, okay. Most people liked Silent Hill 2 remake. I didn't, but you guys have at least done good work. So if you guys want to start channeling some Eternal Darkness, I'm fucking in for it.
Wait, you weren't?
So
I thought you were a fan of Silent Hill 2.
the remake, not so much. I like the original,
Really?
but
That's
F
such a
though,
bummer that I
I
played
fucked
Silent
with.
Hill 2 for Christmas for you and you didn't even like the game.
Yeah, that was I think I commented on that during your presentation. I was like,
I
why
was on
did
a
you choose that one for me? Because I
I don't
pretty
I
loudly
for
didn't
some
like it.
reason I for some reason thought you quite enjoyed it. Maybe it was because you enjoyed the original game.
Or you know
Uh
what you actually probably was thinking of is Resident Evil 2 remake, which I
yeah,
was
that could have
super
been that
hot on.
too. I
Which I'm
couldn't
going to
have
be
done that
streaming
game though
tomorrow
because I
night,
already had
right here.
trophies for it, right?
Oh, sure, 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 sure.
Well then now I feel like I need to go back and do something else. What's another stupid game? Maybe I'll go play Sex Standing for you.
There you go. There you go.
No, I don't have a copy of that in my library, unfortunately. Only you do, Patrick.
I'll give you my login.
Also, I was going to send it to Jerica as well, because she was like, "What the fuck? Where's my?" And then I looked, I was like, "Jerica and I aren't friends on Steam,"
Damn.
which I then messaged her on
Brutal.
Discord and said, "Hey, we're not friends on Steam." And guess what? She fucking straight up ignored me,
It's brutal.
ghosted me. So, Jerica, if you're out there listening, watching, I just want you to know you hurt my feelings.
Absolutely brutal.
Hmm.
Well, let's hope that she fixes her mistakes. But who's to say if she will? Cayman.
Yeah.
I do believe that's our show.
It was a good one, buddy. It was, 30 minutes of fast food talk, probably.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're listening to this later on podcast services or YouTube, stick around. You'll notice that there's a good bit left on the episode because with a pre-show, I'm just going to dump at the end after the music plays because it was too fun of a conversation not to include. I will be back here tomorrow night, probably 8-ish Eastern, maybe a little earlier. We'll see. But going to be playing Resident Evil 2, the first stream of all the Leon games before Resident Evil Requiem at the end of February. And then Thursday night, myself, Cayman and Dumpster Boy, nope, you're Dumpster Boy, and Cognitive Clips going to be creating the top 10 winter-themed video games of all time with you, the chat, over on twitch.tv/dropin/dropoutpod. So we hope to see you there. Until tomorrow night, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I've been Patrick. That's been Cayman. We will see you on the next one, or we will see you on another time. But until then, bye-bye. Oh, brother. we might be starting this live with me choking to death. Oh, fuck. I'm eating a haichu. You familiar? It's a little Korean candy. It's just like this little like Laffy Taffy adjacent thing, but it's like a fruity, sweet, chewy thing. And I grab one on my way in after filling my water, and I'm chewing it, and I start thinking as I'm clicking live and seeing if we're actually going live, which we are. I start chewing it, and I'm like, what if I just started choking? And then by having that thought, I think I think my brain was like, all right, let's try. And I started fucking choking. And I didn't die, or I did, and this is what the afterlife is. Honestly, the way our lives have been, it would make sense that we died and went to hell, for sure. It came in, we were chatting at pre-show, and we were just rip-roaring a conversation, which right, so I'm not recording yet. We're not technically not live for an episode of Spotlight Games, but we are live on Twitch, as we can see by our sweet chat that is here present. And we were like, what are we doing? We are burning content right now. We were talking about Burger Row. Oh, shit. Hold on. They can't hear you. I fucked up. That's my fault. Let me do it quick. I know. I'm so glad that we aren't live. Speakers, voice chat. All right, give them something.
Ooh, can you hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Except I gotta remove the little bar. All right, speak to me. So you were talking about Burger Row.
Yeah, Burger Row. So Burger Row is a stretch of land. It's about a half mile off, right off the. It's like two highways converging here in Georgia. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere, but it makes sense on why you'd have this. It's a 5-mile stretch of land of fast food joints. So you get a Wendy's, a Burger King, a Culver's, a Whataburger, a Dairy Queen, a Sonic, and there's 2 more, Crystal, and that's, I think, McDonald's. That's 8. If it's not, there's 8 burgers there. Of some friends of mine, we went to Burger Row, and we beat the row, and essentially we ate and then rated the burgers out to determine what.
So you had one from each. Was. You had 8 burgers.
So we had 8 burgers, and we okay. Here's the thing: we were driving around with a cutting board on the center console and a butcher's knife. we pull up to the drive-thru and be like, "Yes, please. What, one burger?
That's
one
so
singular
funny.
burger."
So you split
I
it
had to go
between all of you guys.
Yeah. Then we saved a quarter, so if we needed to go back and test the quarter later, we could. And so what ends up happening is we keep going up. The people are already like, you just hold on, you just want a singular burger, and then we pull up and it's three dudes in a car with a knife, and it's like, all right, I definitely thought we were gonna get the cops call us. So
Sure.
we went through.
Were
We
you in
started
a truck?
crushing these burgers. No, we were in a Hyundai Ioniq.
Thank God you weren't
This
in a
is, I
truck.
think, right. I think this is what disarmed people. Is there were like three white dudes in
In an
an
electric
all
vehicle.
electric
Yeah,
vehicle.
correct.
They're like, I don't know. We got up here in this neck of the woods. They would have thought other things.
I mean,
Probably
three
the
white
knife was
dudes
just
with a knife going burger to burger joint. But the fact you're an electric, okay, no. These guys, they don't have any hoods in the car.
right. Yeah. So we went through, and the results were quite shocking. Our top three. We'll start from three going down.
Yeah,
Number
please do.
three, Sonic.
Really? I don't think I've ever had a burger from Sonic. I've had their
Sonic was
chicken.
number three. The burger was their signature burgers. We only did signature burgers.
Okay.
So no, no like baconators at Wendy's, nothing like that. Had to be
Sure.
the signature burger, which Sonic's is a smash burger.
Huh.
Which is wild. And either way, it was a genuinely good burger. It was a genuinely good burger I was shocked by. Number two, Dairy Queen. This was
Now
the one
that's
that
shocking.
blew everyone away because they were like, because the value buys at Dairy Queen's burgers are like $6, which is wild. And here's the thing, Burger King, which ended up very low on the list, which is wild because I love Burger King. Their burger's like almost $9 for a double Whopper.
God damn.
You could get a Dairy Queen burger, their double cheeseburger, and a Blizzard, a small Blizzard. You could get that for less than a Burger King burger.
Wow.
Which value by alone, 100% the best value you could get.
Comparing taste, though, let's say money is
Right.
is no object. Is the burger
Taste
still up there?
that's all we did was taste.
Oh
Well,
wow, the value buy is
we
just a
we
little
did
extra sauce to it. Okay.
so the actually, hold on. I'll give you
Oh, he's got. Don't tell me he's got a little chunk of every burger out in the wings. Somebody fly in a Dairy Queen double cheeseburger, please, for only $6. What a value buy. The question that I must ask him though is, what kind of Blizzard are you getting? Are you getting that? Obviously we flip it over. It's that concrete. Are we getting the little Oreo? I feel like Oreo is the go-to, but maybe not. Growing up, excuse me. I hope Kami can hear this because I'm not going to repeat myself. Growing up, I think I low-key engaged in light classism unintentionally
fair.
and just assumed that Dairy Queen had rats. I think
That's not far from probably the truth.
No? Okay, great. Okay, so maybe it wasn't classism.
No. So here we go.
Wow, the
This is the
scorecard.
scorecard.
We have the scorecard on hand.
We have the scorecard.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why aren't we recording? I mean, I'm editing this in post. This is going to the show.
It's wild. So the scorecard, yeah. So what we ranked it by, if you can see on the scorecard, what we ranked it by is appearance, bun, condiments, what we call is the forest, which is your lettuce, tomato, onion, and
of course,
vegetables. The cheese pool. The next is meats. If there's more than one meat, we had to include, so we had to rate the meat.
Yeah.
I think the next is slide factor. Okay, this is the important one.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the slide factor.
Sure.
So
Can I have a quick question?
gonna
Is a
be-
high number good or bad?
high number is good. You want to
Okay.
be a 30. 30 is best. So the next is going to be, I think, somewhere along the lines of one perfect bite. Do you have a good ratio?
Yep.
The value, and then memorable.
This
Was
is
it a
so
memorable
funny.
burger?
This is so
It was a
funny.
memorable burger. Here's the thing. We only had two. We only had two 30s, two perfect scores. You ready for this? The cheese melt on a Whataburger burger is the best cheese melt of any fast food burger.
Okay.
And it also was just the best cheese on the burger. And we were all shocked by this. What we were not shocked by is that Crystal got a full 30 on slide factor. Now you're wondering, slide factor is very important, Patrick. It's when you take a bite, does it slide out the side?
Oh, sure. And Crystal won't fucking move because it's all plastic.
Crystal's a fucking paste. It's just a log of disgusting dog shit. Crystal, so I'll put this into perspective. Culver's was our winning burger with a total
I don't think I've
point
ever
score of
had Culver's before.
219. It's Butterburgers. Oh my
Ooh.
god, Butterburger fucking rip. So the Culver's got a 219.
Wow.
Crystal got a 91.5. And 30 of those points were because there was no innards to move on a Crystal burger.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was pretty impressive. Wendy's ended up at number 4, which I think
Wendy's not bad.
was shocking too. Wendy's not bad. Wendy's not bad. The top bottom 2 were where Crystal obviously was the worst ever. McDonald's
Sure.
is the Big Mac came in next with the second last lowest, which I think the reason being is because they just chopped the lettuce up, mixed the lettuce with like Thousand Island, so you're just eating like a lettuce slaw on
Yeah.
an already disgusting, sad
Sure.
burger. Fucking awful. Either way, Culver's.
Yeah, I
It's
need
the
to get
best,
to Culver's.
the best burgers. Yeah.
Here's my thing, and I wonder, the chat has been popping off, which, you know, we're always at our best when we're not talking about video games on this video game podcast. Um, Potential unpopular opinion, potential hot take. Whataburger, an establishment that I've loved my whole life, and part of it, God, but choking on that high chew to start the stream has really fucked me up. Part of
Right.
my Whataburger love was that growing up, I could only ever get Whataburger when we went to Pensacola, Florida to visit family. So it's like, it was this like, oh, it's never around. And it's always exciting that we get to finally have some Whataburger first time in 6 months or whatever. But the secret I find to Whataburger is that their burgers are kind of shit. It's their chicken that, for me, is the main
Really?
event. My go-to at a Whataburger is their chicken tender meal. You get a
Okay,
little
so they
piece
have
of Texas
tendies.
toast. They got tendies, and they're great fucking tendies. They got a piece of Texas toast. Throw one of them tendies in the Texas toast. Dip it in a little honey barbecue. Oh, brother. And they got those shoestring fries. Quite a treat. But not to say that their beef is bad, because it's not that their beef is bad. It's just something about the burger to me is not good, because they have a patty melt. And the patty melt at Whataburger, also an all-star thing to get.
You know, it's one thing I'll say. We came down to a realization that like if we were within like a 1 or 2 point spread, that we would need to do some sort of way to like, because like there's just gonna be some discrepancy there that like if you're that close in score, then like definitely feel like you need to have a fry breaker.
Sure.
A fry breaker is where you eat the fries alongside the burger and see which one's better, and that's how you solve that. Who's the best between the two as a fry breaker?
Did any of them come to a fry breaker?
We ended up in a scenario in which, so actually Dairy Queen and Sonic were within 1 point of each other.
Wow.
That's how close 1 and 2. The problem here is I think at any given point, any of those top 3 could take over.
Sure.
Just based on like how hungry you are when you ate it. We ended up eating Dairy Queen and Culver's the last 2 places we went. So like I was like, okay, well maybe the score gets higher if we go back when we're like actually hungry. And Sonic was much higher up on the list. It was our third place. So like maybe that hit harder because it was in. So we're gonna go back into a fry breaker soon. But I want to let you know this. Currently planning out a Tindy tour.
Ooh.
And Whataburger now has to be on the Tindy tour.
It must be. It's the hidden gem of Whataburger, in my opinion.
Right. So, just saying, I think everyone should get a group of boys together.
Yeah.
Get inside of a car with a knife.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Electric if possible.
Electric if possible, save the environment.
Yeah.
You know, we're going fast food. We're already killing the environment to some degree.
That's exactly right.
I would say, so you gotta go do that. Gotta go find yourself a burger row. I don't know how you actually locate a burger row. This was just happenstance. We were driving to Athens one day, and I was like, holy shit, there's 8 burger restaurants on this stretch of highway.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say they're missing, a Checkers and a Hardee's.
Fair.
And I think Jack in the Box maybe also does burgers, but
they do, and people love a Jack in the Box burger.
In-N-Out is another one that like
fair.
We'll have somehow In-N-Out's gonna have to. I guess the good news is there's no reason why what we have currently of list of point scale like we couldn't redo it with just adding additional ones on, you know, because like, you know, we've already we got the bar set. We already know what the chart looks like.
The inaugural
scorecard exists.
Score, yeah,
right.
It can be fluid. Some stunning information coming through the chat before we start the show
Mhm.
proper. First of all, let's say thank you very much. Round of applause for Gianni DeCrosta subbing for 12 months at tier 1. Thank you for the support, G. We love to see it. And of course, W Coal Mines for saving the day when we couldn't hear you. But what I'm most surprised by is that
Mhm.
Gianni, living in and around Los Angeles, has never heard of Crystal. I didn't realize Crystal was regional.
Really?
I thought Crystal was
Is it a
fucking,
southern thing?
I don't know.
Like, White Castle's very regional to, like, a certain part, like, the Midwest. So is
Is
Crystal, like,
Crystal
the
with a K,
East
Gianni,
Coast with a
is
K?
Crystal in
Right.
California? No. Crystal Restaurants, the
Whoa!
fast food chain, does not have locations in California. They primarily operate in the Southeast.
Wow, okay.
Bro, I had no idea Crystal was a Southeast thing. Let me be
Good for
clear.
everyone else in the
Correct.
world.
Let me be clear. You are missing on nothing. Crystal
Absolutely
fucking
nothing.
blows. Crystal is essentially like poor people's White Castle. It's the tiny sliders. You like your average like meal will be like 3 or 4 of them, which equal like
Yeah.
a burger basically, and they are bad.
So bad they're
If you're ever in
steamed.
Atlanta or any of the Southeast, do not waste your time getting Crystal.
So, Gianni, you're I would say from my experience, Whataburger was fine. The Culver's was the like Culver's missing. Not having Culver's is rough.
Yeah,
Um, Culver's is, and I can't wait, Patrick, for you to have. There's a Culver's in our hometown of Hickory Flat.
I didn't know that.
So, yep,
Hickory Flat,
yep.
man,
So,
this will maybe matter to 2 people that listen to this podcast, Nick and Greg. Hickory
mhm,
Flat has really blown up with it. I was just there a couple weeks ago with my folks,
yeah.
and they got a Whataburger there now, and there's like 18
What?
other things. Yeah, right
I
by.
haven't been back in
Do you
years.
remember? Oh man, now I can't think of what it was called, but it was a sports bar and grill,
Yeah,
over by. So if you like you leave the high school and you go up to like where
Beef O'
the
Brady's.
so Beef O'Brady's was like where the Blockbuster was. Other
Uh huh.
side of the street,
Oh
over
yes, yes,
by
yes, yes,
like you
yes.
take a left to go toward the
Yeah.
lake place, the Harmony
It was
Lakes or
like a
whatever.
Jersey's or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. That shut down and is like a tiny Whataburger now.
Whoa.
It's crazy. Like you don't recognize that area anymore.
I
There's
really
yeah,
like it has I don't know the last time I went to Hickory Flat. Like it's
yeah.
been so long, which is wild to think like that I haven't been. I feels like I'm approaching that point in my life where I'm having like that hallmark moment where like small town boy comes back home,
Sure.
kind of thing where like I am in finance and I haven't been home in almost a decade. So, you
Sure.
know, it's
Um
priming me up.
Coal Mine's saying Culver's their new chicken sandwich is fucking fantastic, he says.
Ooh, what?
So
Okay,
put that
okay.
on the to-do list. Also apparently they have curds that are great.
Yes, they do. Well, they're from Wisconsin, so they have to have curse.
Ah, okay.
Here's the thing
I
I'll
see, I see,
say
I see.
though. So when we do the 1 year in person, we'll be going through Alabama. I swear to shit, if we don't stop at a Guthrie's at
Ooh,
some point,
sure,
dude, I
sure.
fucking will destroy a Guthrie's.
Yeah. There's a place, I can't think of the name. If I heard it, I would know it, but I'd never heard of it. But it was like a semi-fast food joint. But like it had a drive-through.
Okay.
So it was essentially fast food. But I think
Right.
it was a small town type thing. We were coming home from somewhere in South Georgia. And maybe like 3 hours, 2 hours away. We stopped at some chicken place that was, but again,
Mhm.
I'd never heard of it. And I need to figure out what it was because it was fantastic. It was something between Zaxby's, which I'm not a huge fan of, and Raising Cane's, which High Score Weekly just brought up in the chat. But it was very
Hmm.
like chicken based. They had other things too, but it was mostly just chicken stuff. And it was Rose and I, would pull over, get a little bite, park before we get back on the highway,
Right.
and we're like, uh, is this place fucking stunning for a highway fast food
Mhm.
joint? And it was.
I
So
love
I need
that.
to figure out what that was and report back. Um, Coal Mine says a popular chain in
I'm
his
sorry.
state is Swenson's. which I find nasty because their buns are honey buns and their chicken is coated in honey. Oh God,
What?
that is
I
too
kind of
much
want
honey.
to try it though.
Sure.
We have to somehow get to a Swenson's for the Tindy tour.
Yeah. High Score
I
Weekly
can't
also
wait for
saying
Jake.
they're bringing in a Raising Cane's, so there's going to be a 3-mile stretch with Whataburger, Culver's, Raising Cane's, and Chick-fil-A. I fear
What can we do
Culver's
a
is
mini-
happening into January.
Can we do a mini Tindy tour?
Yes.
Dido does Tindy tour.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
think we
God,
should. I think we should make that fucking lock it in. Some
holy shit! I have a great idea too. We can have another person score. We'll get Jake to get pub Tindies.
yeah, absolutely correct.
We'll
Yes.
get some. Yeah, just have him on an iPad eating some pub
Yeah.
Tindies for us.
Anybody in the Dido business, or for those of you in the public Discord, write it down somewhere. Tindy tour for Dido in person. It's got to happen. The bird and curd jamboree. Everyone eats tenders and cheese curds. I mean, that's fucking something, brother. There's got to be something with like, what's the Angry Birds? There's got to be an Angry Birds tie-in here. It's got to happen. Oh, we're fucking cooking.
We can figure something out.
I'm going to push away this thought, but I kind of just don't want to talk about gaming news. I kind of want to just talk about fast food all night.
Well, I have a gaming story I do want to talk about it has become a point of contention within my household in which I'm being actively bullied by my wife.
Yeah?
So I do want to talk about this.
Okay,
do
well,
you want
let's
to save it for the opening.
Let's do this. Let's do this. I'll play the thing. I'll record it, but I'm gonna chop in this whole 17-minute segment because this is, dare I say, the best content we've produced all year. So we'll be back in about 15 seconds, folks. Here we go.